we have been experiencing death, not personally, obviously, but people in our life have been ultimately faced with the fact that their life is coming to an end. And it makes you think. It really makes you think. And I actually think it's a beautiful thing to consider death, to consider what do you want your life to look like when your days come to an end? Because what I've found and what I've really been sitting in reflection with is the fact that the only thing that's certain, well, there's a few things that are certain, but one of the only things that's certain in this life is that we are all, you listening, you watching, everyone you love, and ourselves, we are all going to die. That is just a fact. We don't think about it. We don't talk about it. We don't actually spend any time thinking about what that will mean. But when we do, we start to get a little bit deeper. And it's actually such a good way to align yourself right now and to reflect on what is working, what is actually feeling satisfying and fulfilling, what is my soul craving that I'm not getting at the moment. Because when we start to think about things like, well, when my days do come to an end, what are people going to say about me? Like, what are people going to say at my funeral? What is my obituary going to sound like? It sounds morbid, but it's such a good metric. I think about this, like when my day comes to an end, which is going to happen. It's a fact. We don't know when, we just know that it's happening. Hopefully it's decades and decades away. However, that's not a given. So let's say that I was, to die soon. What do I want my obituary to sound like? I want to know that I fucking lived. I want to know that I saw all the countries. I want to know that I made a difference in people's lives. I want to know that people would stand around and say, she made my life better. I want to know that people would stand around and mourn because I brought something positive to people's lives. I want to know that I actually gave everything a bit of a crack and I did scary things and I put myself in challenging situations and I tried things. I saw all the different things that the world had to offer. I tried different cuisines. I dived on different oceans. Like all these things is a good way for me to then go, well, fuck, I better make sure I'm doing that. Because sometimes life gets fast. Life just moves quickly. Like how many of us are like, what the hell is 2022? Like I feel like it was just 2020 and then wow, like weird time warps of COVID and lockdowns and weird shit going on and people fucking fighting over toilet paper. Won't get into that. But time just like bang. I'm looking at my nieces and nephews who were once babies and they're like getting to the age where they're like almost don't give a crap for me because they're with their friends. And I'm like, oh, you were babies. I was there. Like when you were born, I saw you in your mum's tummy. That was yesterday. But time is moving fast. And if we don't stop and reflect and bring attention to some of these questions, what do I want my life to look like? What do I want people to say about me? What do I actually want if I get a life review? If it's true that there's something that happens when we're crossing over into the other dimension and we get a life review and we look back over our life, what do you want it to look like? How do you want to feel? What experiences do you want to look over? Those questions actually help you to align your life right now and live with intention so that you don't get on this treadmill of adulting where life gets busy and you're just on the grind and you're going to a job you don't like and you're in a relationship that's lukewarm and there's people and then you blink and it's over and you end up being one of the statistics or one of the people from the 5 regrets of the dying. If you haven't read the book, please read the book. I talk about it all the time. You don't want to be one of those people from the 5 regrets of the dying who are on their deathbed or looking at their life thinking, I wish I'd done more. I wish I'd told people how I felt about them. I wish I didn't work so hard. I wish I did what I wanted to do instead of being scared and staying in my comfort zone. And everybody says to me, everybody who comes to me, and I'm reading, guys, I read every single one of your applications to join my program. Every single one, I read your application. And what I'm hearing from people and from listeners, what I'm hearing is, I don't know if this relationship is right. It feels lukewarm, but I'm scared to leave. I really fucking hate my job. It's sucking the life out of me, but I'm too scared to make the next move. Or money's too tight for me to change anything. Or I don't actually think that I want to do this degree. What do I do? Because I actually hate it, but I've already done half of it. What should I do? What I'm hearing is, I want to have a joyful life. I want to be feeling on purpose. I want to be lit up. But at the moment, how I'm spending my time actually is sucking the life out of me, and it's feeling like it's just draining me, and it's feeling like there's more for me. It's feeling like I was put on this planet for more. That is the niggle of your soul saying there is more. Listen and trust it, because everyone wants to have a satisfying and fulfilling life. And if we break that down, if we break that statement down, you want a satisfying life, we all do. We all want relationships that feel so beautiful and we feel seen and connected and supported. We want to get to the end of our days and say, that was a fucking good life. What does that actually mean? What is your life? What does life mean? Let's define life. Your life literally means how you spent your time. Life and time are synonymous. Your life is literally just the accumulation of your time spent. And so ask yourself now, do I enjoy the majority of my time spent? Some of you who are saying to me, Brie, I really hate my job. That is 48 hours of your week where you hate your time spent. And if that is the accumulation of life, how many years are you going to let that go until time passes, because we know it does, and you go, fuck, I didn't enjoy my time. I didn't enjoy my job. I hated it for the last 5-10 years. It didn't light me up. How many of you are saying this relationship that I'm in, it's not lighting a soul on fire, my soul on fire. It kind of feels lukewarm, but I can't imagine being single. I'm afraid of being single. But every time I'm with this person, I feel my energy drained. I don't feel any connection. If you are not enjoying your time spent, that is going to create a life that was not enjoyable, not satisfying, not fulfilling. And so the question I'm asking everybody to think about is, how am I spending my time on a day-to-day basis? And I don't just mean I have fun on the weekends. I have 2 holidays every year. What about on the day-to-day? Are you spending time like soaking up your children if you have them? Are you spending time going to the beach and diving in the ocean because it fucking makes you feel good? Are you spending time being present with your husband or your fiance and actually looking into each other's eyes and saying, hey, how was your day? And pouring a wine and having your favorite food. Like, are you enjoying your day and your time on a day-to-day basis? Not just when you count down till the next holiday, when you count down to the weekend and you're like, oh, well, I enjoyed a bit of my time. I enjoyed the minority of my time, but that's what got me through the majority of my time, which I did not like. If you don't enjoy the time spent, you won't enjoy your life. It's that simple. And I know it's really confronting trust me, I've been there. Been there. Got the stubby holder. Like, done it. But what I will say is that when you have the courage, and it's courage, when you have the courage to walk away from something that's not good in pursuit of something that's great, that is what creates a great life.